A tricky issue when it comes to RPCs is the use of pointers as arguments to procedures. In regular procedures, it makes perfect sense to have procedures like this foo that takes two arguments, an integer, and the second argument is a pointer to an integer or even an integer array. So when this procedure is called, the second argument is a pointer to some address in the address space of the calling process where the particular variable, this argument, is stored. However, in RPC, passing a pointer to the remote server makes no sense since this pointer points to some location in the caller address space. The server cannot possibly get to the contents that are stored at this particular address. To solve this problem, RPC systems can make one of two decisions. The first decision is not to allow for pointers to be used as arguments of any procedure that's an RPC procedure that will be exported and can be called in remotely. The second solution is to allow pointers to be used, but in the RPC runtime to ensure that the marshalling code that gets generated understands the fact that an argument is a pointer, and that instead of just taking that argument and copying it into the send buffer, that it actually serializes the pointer. What that means is that it will copy the reference, the pointed to data structure, into the data buffer into one serial representation. On the server side, the RPC runtime will first have to unpack all the data to create the same data structure. Then it will record the address to this data structure, and that is the value, that's the pointer that it will use as an argument when it makes the call to the actual local implementation of this particular operation.